What's up, everybody? This is Jason, Zombie Collector, and I wanted to go over my pickups from Dollar Tree. So I actually went there because, little known fact, for people who do movies, like eBay sales or whatever, you can go to eBay or whatever, I go to Dollar Tree to get my supplies, which basically means my envelopes, And so I went there and to pick up my envelopes. I usually get about 10 to 15 a week, sometimes more, because I do a lot of sales on eBay for my DVDs and Blu-rays. And because you get them for $1, and sometimes they have a combo pack where you can get 2 envelopes for $1. It's pretty good. And if I end up selling most of these Blu-rays and DVDs, I, generally speaking, make a handful of bucks off of them. Sometimes they're more valuable than others, whatever. But as we all know about Dollar Tree, they have DVDs and Blu-rays. So I ran over there and took a look. And apparently, today was the first time I noticed, but apparently they come out with different kinds of DVDs and Blu-rays monthly. And different stores may get different ones, or they might get all the same, and they might come in different times throughout the month or whatnot. But it's interesting because I never knew. I just thought it was like haphazard. But today I looked on the receipt and it said July Blu-ray DVD promos or July or something like that. So these DVDs are marked specifically for the month of July. So that means that they probably split up the, I'm sure, crates or pallets full of movies and send them all around the United States, and then maybe some of us get different ones because there's no rhyme or reason. They just mark them as this July. So, I get the ones here in Indiana get these maybe offerings, but people in New Jersey get different ones, and people in Montana and California, whatever. I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason. I know some of them show up at the same ones, but sometimes I'll hear people say, well, I never even seen any of those at my store, so that leads me to believe that they probably just section them out, and then each state gets theirs, and whenever they need a refill, they just send out whatever they have. So there's real no rhyme or reason. It's not like at a Walmart or a Target or whatever where you keep stocking the specific ones. Like if you're getting, Avengers, Age of Ultron, there's going to be a whole section of just that. And when they run out, they'll run back to the back and grab those. This is just like haphazard. It's whatever they have sitting in the back, whatever comes off the truck. So with that being said, I picked up 6 today, and I'm going to go over them. There was probably about maybe 30 or 40 titles there. But I'm trying to pick the ones either I know I want or the ones that might be easily resale value. I don't want to get into spending $20-30 every time I go to Dollar Tree for possibly a bunch of junk. So I just pick stuff I'm interested in. If it's worth some extra coinage, great. If I can use it for a trade, awesome. If not, I'll sell it, or like I said, I'll keep it. So with that being said, the first one up is Troll Hunter. Now, actually, I received this as a gift from Bob back in March. It's Norwegian, I believe, and apparently it's in Norwegian, the language, but it's sealed from Magnet DVD, or Magnet Entertainment, sorry. And so now I have a sealed copy and a copy that's open. So this one might end up being sold, or I might be able to use this as trade bait for something I want, since I already have it from Bob. But again, it's always cool. Apparently, it's probably about trolls, I would assume. And little known fact, Bob has some connection to this film. Ask him about it. He'll tell you all about his connection to Troll Hunter. Maybe not the film itself, but maybe some of the mythology, let's say. The next up is a PBS 2-disc special, JFK Like No Other. So it's kind of weird to have like JFK looking like so hip and so cool in this. You would not have thought this was probably taken in like 1960 whatever 2 or whatnot. But it was a very kind of a cool looking documentary. It's the American experience, and PBS has an agenda like a lot of left-leaning organizations who want to rewrite history and try to drum up a lot of a narrative that wasn't necessarily there, or was like not the main story. Now they make it the main story to try to rewrite history a bit. They kind of, I don't want to say NPR and PBS and all of them are trying. They're not going maybe as extreme, not yet, as like Quentin Tarantino does with his movies, where he has revisionist history completely. But a lot of times you have a lot of this where it's where we're trying to tear down people instead of building it up. And I don't know if this is going to be like that, but they've done that with other documentaries I've seen about people, where it's more about the scandals and behind it to make them more like, human. And I'm like, that's fine. But also they like to try to be like, well, look at all the dirty deeds that some people did now. Unless they like you, they might ignore all those things. But here you go. That is JFK. Again, all these were $1, by the way. Obviously, Dollar Tree. Next one up is a different variation cover, or I guess because it didn't come with a slip cover, but I've never seen this, so this must be maybe from a Walmart or a Target, different variation. But it is Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Now, this is the 1970s Donald Sutherland one. I'd never seen this specific version before. But here you have, I've seen this back. I have this movie before. I've had this movie. So I'm thinking it's a variation with this different cover here. Like, if you look at it, you could take it off. Like, once the plastic comes off, it looks like you could peel this away, and you'd have the original cover here. So you have this. Essentially, this movie it's about a kind of like a virus, but it's an alien that takes over your body, and it's transmitted from one other of the aliens that infect. And it looks like they look normal. That's the thing that gets you. It's kind of like they take over your body, and then as soon as they get you in a vulnerable situation, they, I guess, kill you, and then replace you with one of the aliens, but they look like you. And they put it, and this one I think is through your neck or through your head. Well, no, that might not be. That might have been the another version. But anyways, they recreate you like in a cocoon, and they take away everything that was about you, that was you, and recreate you as an alien. But you still look like yourself, and you still have some of your memories, and you still kind of yourself, but you are connected to the greater alien being or whatnot. So it's very interesting. There's a lot of Red Scare from back in the 50s and 50s. A lot of this was happening. They've done 3 or 4 variations of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So I know they did one in the 50s. They did this in the 70s. They did a Abel Ferrara one in the 90s. And then they did, I think, one with Nicole Kidman called this Invasion. I think the one with Abel Ferrara was Body Snatchers. This is Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and I think the original was called Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Next one up is The Gift. Jason Bateman. You also have Joel Edgerton, who's a great actor right here, but I'm a big Jason Bateman fan, and I don't know anything about this movie. It says it's a modern-day Fatal Attraction. When I posted this on some of my Facebook groups today, a lot of people were really talking about Troll Hunter and The Gift were their top choices. Everybody's like, man, that's such a great movie. Definitely check it out. So I'm looking forward to checking it out. So it looks like a thriller. I mean, when it says it's a modern-day Fatal Attraction, Basic Instinct kind of stuff like that. So obviously there's some shenanigans at play that turns into a possible thriller. But I do like Jason Bateman a lot. If you've not seen the TV show Ozark, check it out. And then second to last, we got Kofi Kingston. I'm not a big Kofi Kingston fan, but again, wrestling DVDs do well online. Usually, I mean, like I said, I get this for $1. They usually go between 5 to 10. Sometimes, depending on what it is, it can go a lot higher. I've sold Blu-rays or DVDs. Like I sold a Blu-ray of WrestleMania 2020 for about $20-$30 or something, opened. So you just never know what people are into. So this is Kofi Kingston. He's involved in, I believe, the tag team now, New Day. And he was part of he was a tag team champion. But this one here has lots of different matches. One with Chris Jericho, another one with Ted DiBiase, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk. And then you have him wrestling Dolph Ziggler, Randy Orton. So lots of good ones on there. And like I said, I'm not a big Kofi Kingston fan, but he does seem like a pretty positive guy. So that's always awesome. I like that. And then lastly is a special 2-disc set of the entire show. It's a 13-episode show that I believe initially came on HBO. I could be wrong about that. Maybe I'm wrong about when it first came out, but it is the Ben Stiller Show. Now, a lot of you all know Ben Stiller went on to become a very, very famous comedian who's still relevant today. The Royal Tenenbaums, Zoolander, Night at the Museum, Dodgeball, Tropic Thunder. His dad was Jerry Stiller, who was a very famous TV actor who had just passed away this past year. You have Janine Garofalo, who's like a crazy psycho. Andy Dick, also a crazy psycho. Not for sure who I think this guy is, if I'm not mistaken, this guy, is he the guy from, he's the guy from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, which a lot of people probably don't realize that, but this is the same actor who is Saul from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. So there you have that. And of course you have Ben Stiller, which again, somebody pointed out, which I think is hilarious. This is the Ben Stiller Show, but he's in the back. Everybody here has all got front row and center. Stiller's in the back. Kind of a crazy side story is Andy Dick, when I used to work for a call center, I was a trainer for a call center back 10 years ago, longer, and it was a Verizon call center, and Andy Dick called in and was having problems with his phone, and I just thought it was so hilarious because, it was Andy Dick doing it, because, it wasn't one of his, handlers, if he even had handlers, or a secretary or an associate or whatever you want to call him. It was actually him, because you have to go through a proof of who you are before you get into your account, and he has a very unique voice. That's the reason why, because it could have been his assistant, but this person Andy Dick has a very unique voice, and I remember after we got things working for him or figured it out, he wanted to talk to management to tell how great of a job we did to help him get his phone fixed. So I'll never forget that. Andy Dick called in at it was probably in California, it was probably 9 or 10, but it was midnight our time, and we got the call, and it was hilarious. We also had Lindsay Lohan's father one time call in, because you can check their accounts and see who's all connected to their accounts about 10, 15 years ago. That's another funny story. But anyway, so this is the Ben Stiller Show. Hopefully you all check this out. If you're not, this is a 90s gem. I like it a lot. It's kind of had a very much a 90s vibe, Saturday Night Live back in the day, The State, that was on MTV, Mad TV. It all had those kind of vibes to it, which I really, really dig. I do like a lot of Ben Stiller stuff. He's, right up my alley, quite frankly. I think he's pretty special myself. But that's it. So hopefully y'all like it. 6 DVDs for $6 at the Dollar Tree. Let me know what you think. Have you seen some of these shows, movies before? Have you been checking out your Dollar Trees in your neck of the woods? Where are you at with that? I've seen anything good recently? Got any good suggestions for me to check out? I'd appreciate it. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching.